Hello, everybody. Today, we're going to be taking a look at Parkour Legacy versus Parkour Reborn. We're going to see which one is better. I have access to both, so we'll be able to see. And I'm just going to compare the basic things. What's new in Parkour Reborn versus Parkour Legacy. So, here we are in Parkour Legacy, and it's a pretty cool game. It's pretty bland though, and the map is decently sized, but once you just get to a high level, it's really not that great anymore. The entire map. There's nothing new to do when you get to a high level. So yeah, but here we are in Parkour Reborn. This is the pre-alpha, so there's still much more to come, but there is already a lot in this game. So you can already see this loading screen is very, very nice. There's actually a proper loading screen. You come into the game. It looks pretty good. The map is very, very different. The gameplay is very, very different. Everything about this game is just very, very different. So, first we're going to talk about the map. The map, of course, this is pre-alpha, and the map is not massive, but it is decently sized, especially for a pre-alpha. People were probably expecting like a couple buildings that you can run around on, just some random stuff. But no, the map is actually pretty decently sized. It's very beautiful during the day and during the night. It is honestly a breath of fresh air from Parkour Legacy. I'm level 330 in Parkour Legacy, and the game just got boring. There's really nothing to do. There's nothing to learn. But this game, it's brand new. There's just so much more. Even for a pre-alpha, there's just so much more to do. But yeah, so let's take a look at this. First off, we have an actual menu. So when you press tab, you open up your menu. You have player. I'm rank 2, level 31. You have all your stats. There's the inventory. There's the net, which you can type stuff into, and it'll take you there, but it has to be something related to the game. I'll show that in a second. Then you have your settings. You have all your camera, audio, visuals, gameplay. You have your controls, so your keybinds. Alright, so for the net, this right here is what you want to type in. Press enter, and it brings you to the runner's codex. It has information on everything in the game right here, except for anything under advanced. None of these work as of right now. It's probably gonna get fixed soon, but all of these do work, and they offer information about what they are. So there's high jump, there's momentum, vaulting, mantling, springboards, wall climbs, wall run, wall jump, wall boost, wall kicking, and then there's locations, and Verna is the name of the city. So this is Verna. All of this is Verna. Very nice place. So let's go ahead and get started on the moves. First we have a wall run. Wall run just goes like this. You can double wall run on the same surface. You got one wall run off, and you can get the second wall run off. It's pretty easy, pretty nice. You can wall run on this, or you can wall run on this. You can switch what wall is your wall running on, right? Right, so the first move we have is wall running. Now, wall running in this game is very, very different. When you wall run, you, of course, there's a different animation, but it just doesn't hold the same momentum. So, let's say we're going fast, right? It doesn't really hold momentum. It doesn't spring you forward as if like there's no dashing really, like Legacy, which is good because Reborn is an entirely new game and it is trying to be its own thing, and it is its own thing. But there's really no dashing with wall running. Also, you cannot double wall run. So there is no double wall running in this game. If you try, it will not work. Zero double running. But if you do want to double wall run, it has to be on a different plane. So I can wall run here on this wall, and then I can have it convert over to this wall if I could just get it off. Yeah, there we go. So you can wall run from this wall to that wall. So if you're wall running, it has to be on a different area. It cannot be on the same wall, on the same plane. If you try to do that, it just does not work. It does not work at all. And personally, I don't like it that much, but other people might think it's, you know, more of a challenge or something. Next, we have a wall kick. So a wall kick is just, let me go in third person for you guys. A wall kick is just going up to a wall and you know, pressing the middle mouse button on the wall, and that's wall kicking, right? You know, you go forward, that's wall kicking. It's really useful if you coil, you know, you want to get some extra speed, extra height, whatever you need. Next, we have wall kicking. So wall kicking in Parkour Reborn is very different. There's no real spring. You don't go super fast. It doesn't really propel you forward at all. It propels you forward, but if you're trying to go this way, it really does not work the same way. It's just not that great. So next, we have wall boosting. Now, wall boosting in this game, you just jump up to a wall, you press space, you turn, and you press space again. And that's wall boost. You can't do it standing from the ground, I don't think. Yes, you can. Never mind. You can do it from standing from the ground, just here, and then you can get a wall boost off. Damn. You can get a wall boost off. It's pretty easy. It's very useful. It's one of the main components of the game, and anybody can learn it. Relatively short. Next, we have wall boosting. Now, in the other game, you just go up to a wall and you double tap space and you wall boost. In this game, you have to be already in the air and you have to hold the long jump button. And when you hold the long jump button, a purple bar will appear at the top of your screen. And after that purple bar appears, then you're safe to do a wall climb boost. And so it's pretty much the same one from Legacy, but instead you just have to hold long jump at the beginning. And it's really not that powerful. It's not that great, especially if you don't have any momentum prior. So if you have no momentum and you try to wall boost, you're just not going to go as high as you would if you have like full momentum or half momentum. We have long jumping, which is another very, very important component of this game. You go up to a ledge. Right when you get there, you want to press your middle mouse button or whatever your long jump button is. And then you press it and then you jump almost immediately. It's very fast key inputs. There's really not much time to spare. But once you get it, it's very easy afterwards. It's very useful. You can get pretty much anywhere doing it. And yeah. Up next we have long jumping. Now, long jumping is a little bit different from Legacy. Here in Reborn, you hold the middle mouse button and it has to charge up. And when it does, you release it and a red bar will appear. And so then you will press your long jump button again. For me, it's middle mouse button. So I'll press middle mouse button again. And then after that, it's just a normal long jump. Kind of like Legacy. So we have just some of the new stuff in Parkour Reborn. Now, in Parkour Reborn, there's a thing called chaining. And chaining is not that useful right now because there's not many places to apply it. But what it is you will long jump off of a building or off of a ledge, and then if you hit another ledge and jump at the right time, then it'll do it again, and you don't have to press dash. So it is chaining long jumps. So let's see if I can get one off. There we go. Just chained 3 long jumps. So it's relatively easy, I would say, but it's also not that useful except for in a couple time trials. There's just not many places to actually use it. One way you can use it is down here, or well, any long stretch like this. If you charge up your long jump, you can chain it on the same ledge, and it's pretty good. It goes pretty fast, but also you can really only use it in a couple different spots. It's not usable everywhere, and you can't apply it everywhere. Mainly you can apply it on that time trial over there. It's the glass time trial. Right at the end you can use it, and it's pretty nice. But yeah. Next up we have the springboarding and just vaulting mechanics. The vaulting mechanics in this game are very different. So there's normal vaulting and then there's springboarding. So normal vaulting an object is a quick way to smoothly pass over it. While vaulting, you can hold jump for a powerful vault jump. If you release your movement input while holding space, you will springboard instead. And so this is springboarding, not holding anything when you do it, and you have to hold it down. So when you hold it down, you springboard, you go upwards, and it's pretty nice. If you don't, then let me get to a better thing. So here we are at an edge where I can springboard, and also I can do the powerful vault. So a powerful vault is when you don't release any key inputs. You just keep going, but you hold down vault, and it goes considerably far. It is pretty powerful. It is quite useful. Compared to a normal vault, it goes a little bit further. Yeah, it goes a little bit further than a normal vault. It's pretty good. And then there's also, of course, springboarding. Springboarding just goes upwards, and it's also pretty good. If you need to get up buildings like that, it's pretty nice. Next up, we have idle animations. So if you press J, you will trigger a fidget animation, is what it's called. It's really just an idle animation. You do stretches, you do jumping jacks, You clean your feet off. There's a couple different animations. It's pretty nice. It feels way more alive than Parkour Legacy. Where in Legacy, if you stand still, you're just there. You're just sitting there. But if you stand still in this game, sooner or later, you will do an idle animation. Another new thing in Parkour Reborn that Legacy doesn't have. Legacy, when you die, you just go back the previous 10 seconds or onto the last building that you touched. In this game, there are, I call them respawn anchors. I don't really think that's what they are, but there are these little beacons here. And when you die, you get sent back to those. So, in Parkour Legacy, if I jumped off this ledge, I would respawn right here. However, in this game, when I die, I respawn all the way back here next to the respawn anchor area. Now, let's go to a different one and show you. So this one right here, I'm now synced to this checkpoint. If I jump off, I will respawn right there. Or at least close to it. Now, if this is pretty cool, however, a very big downside to this is if you're going far and there's no beacon near you. So right here, say I just so happen to slip off the edge right here, and my last beacon was all the way over there. I'm now set back all the way back here. So if you're stuck in a spot where you can't get out of it, and there's a beacon down there, and there's no way to teleport to any other beacons. So if I was here and I was just surrounded by buildings and I couldn't get out of it, I would be stuck right here. I would not be able to get out of this at all. Or at least it'll be very difficult to, and I'd probably have to maneuver my way out. It happens a little bit more often than you would think. But at the same time, it's really not that big of a deal. And, you know, usually you can get out of whatever situation that you're in pretty easily, I would say. It's not the end of the world when you get trapped at a point. But yeah, overall, I would say Parkour Reborn is definitely shaping up to be a very fun breath of fresh air for the parkour community. It's just gonna be very fun, I would say. You know, there's a lot to explore. The map is very, very different. I think that'll do it for Parkour Reborn versus Parkour Legacy. That's just about the end. There's not really very much else to talk about. Overall, I would say Parkour Legacy, while it is very familiar and everybody is good at that game right now, or mostly everybody, Parkour Reborn is definitely a very much needed breath of fresh air from Parkour Legacy. The mechanics are different. The gameplay is much different. You have to think a little bit differently. And yeah, the game's just overall pretty fun. I would not say that it's worth it to buy Tresor just to get the pre-alpha right now. It's $25 without tax. So it's a really steep price. It'll definitely drain your bank account. Especially for a Roblox game that's in pre-alpha, there's not much content. For $25, there's not much content. There is a lot of content for pre-alpha, but not much content for $25. You can buy an indie game with that much money. You know, you can buy anything from New Blood Studios. You can buy the DLC for Cassette Beast. There's a lot of stuff you can buy with $25, and it should not be Parkour Reborn pre-alpha. Just wait till November 23rd, because that's when the alpha will drop. November 23rd is when everybody that paid 350 Robux will be able to get this game. Yeah. That'll do it for this game.